She might fall asleep during this video. She's knackered like the rest of us. But we need to say thank you. She wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the people who've helped in every kind of capacity. And I don't mean by trying to catch her, because obviously there's some well-meaning people that tried to catch her thinking they were doing the right thing, and that's why she ran. So how we got her back will be what everybody's asking. And you never know until the situation. We decide in the moment what is the best course of action depending on what's happening. One particular call this morning meant that we could mobilise. We took 3 of her friends, Leica, Libby and Stu, Libby who she was on foster with, and we went down, and within a short amount of time we were able to get her safe. It felt like a lifetime. These kind of dogs are different to normal pet dogs. She won't go to anybody, even us. She hung around us, but she wouldn't let us put her on lead, and we knew we faced that. She would only stay near anybody she knew if they had a dog that she really liked. It was extremely stressful and frightening. She was in feral mode. She was thinking of jumping and running at every stage, and we just knew we had to take our time and we had to follow what was in our instincts. And she responded to the dogs so well. The dogs really helped save her. You know, we were there to facilitate getting her to a safe place, getting that lead on her eventually. We took our time and the dogs did the magic. The community of Partington were incredible, so supportive. We got so many messages and phone calls of support, so many sightings from last night to this morning. All our team, you know, the rescue team and our extended daycare team came straight out. They always do. Everybody left behind to look after the dogs that we look after, waiting desperately. The people on the admin, I could go on forever, and there'll be loads of people. People out with heat-seeking cameras last night, people out just spotting, blueprinted posters, people who offered, everything directed by us, trying to get this little girl home. Everybody who shared, and all those who gave us the time to go out and look and understood that we weren't able to reply to messages or answer the phone as normal. But time is of the essence, and sightings is always the most important thing. She came to us from the UK, although she is a foreign dog. The kennel system broke her. It took a long time to rebuild her trust. This dog was not touchable. Years of training has gone into Helen. And she relaxes. There's lots of dogs that go missing, there's lots of advice out there, and there's lots of people wanting to give lovely advice, which is great, but these kind of dogs are different to normal dogs, and although they can become gorgeous pets and enjoy a normal life, they are always going to revert to feral street dog behaviour if they happen to escape somebody, no matter how bonded they are with the people, how much they love them. Thanks for everybody not getting upset with us when we've asked them to stand down. It's just really important that we have Helen's welfare at the forefront of every decision we make, and that we all stick together. And we have years of experience, and even though it's less than 1% of the dogs that we save that end up in a dire situation, we do know what we should do at that point, and we are very, very grateful for all the support we get with that as well. She's got a nice full belly now. Luckily she was hungry this morning, that helped. You know, we save the most difficult, and that comes with its consequences. We can write everything down, we can put trackers on dogs, we can say things, but there is human error, and there's always going to be human error. We're not blaming anybody because nobody did this intentionally. The issue is, do we stop saving the dogs because this may happen sometimes? Or do we keep saving the ones and trying to help them live a normal life and make up for all the times that they've had that were really hard? And especially after what we've gone through recently with the loss of Blue, we must carry on for these kind of dogs, because if we decide that we've got to the stage where we can't face going through that again, which we could very easily choose to do, because it is the hardest thing and everybody knows it. There's so many tears this morning, not of joy of finding her, of relief from what we faced. It is serious. You know, we can laugh about her boyfriend Stuart, but this dog means the world to so many of us, as do all the ones that we save. We have many times toyed with the idea of not letting the scared dogs go, but we work with them to get them the best life that they can for as long as they can, and we feel like we have to give them that choice. But the alternative is, if we get full of dogs like Helen, who can be a normal dog for most of the time, is that we stop other dogs getting saved, like Blue, and others waiting on lists that we have to say no to. And especially when they come in and they're in UK kennels and there is no other option, like when it was Helen and she really needed us. We do want people to take this seriously. We are doing this video because it's absolutely important that people understand why these dogs go through what they do, why we go through what we do, and why we continue to help dogs like Helen. And we just have to remember that, you know, there are going to be some consequences of taking on dogs that are the most extreme cases, the most unwanted, and that's just something that we have to learn from, move forward from, have more ideas about, and make sure that we try everything to make sure it never happens again.
And I think another thing to say, Em, is the scene here right now of you stroking Helen like that is a result of her being in a foster home for a long time.
Absolutely. All the love that she's had to make her this happy, and we can give as much as we can here, and everybody, because of the page and how happy they are here, think this is the best for them. But what dogs really need, and the thought that she's going to get older and need more love and care in her older years, obviously she's still quite a young dog, which is lovely, you know, she has a full life ahead of her, and locking her in to a rescue, as free running as it is not what we consider the best for Helen and all the others. We do keep the ones that we consider this to be the best option for. We would never force them out if we think that, you know, you just want to readjust yourself. If we think they're not ready, they stay here. We do put them out in foster first before we put them on trail and get lots and lots of experience for them, but we have to let them go when it's their time to go, and we have to trust again.
Just keep it coming, Em.
This is a big bit. No. Oh. My fingers. Good girl. There you go. Good.